National Cancer Survivor Day is celebrated in the United States on the first Sunday of June. And at Beth Yeshurun, we designate a Friday night Shabbat service as close as we can to the beginning of June to celebrate cancer survivors in our congregation. As many of you know, our congregation is a member of a local cancer support group called CanCare. CanCare trains cancer survivors and their family members to offer comfort, support, and hope to those who are going through cancer treatments, and also for family members of those who are going through cancer treatment. We're very proud to have been an early sponsoring congregation of CanCare, which is a spiritually based interfaith organization. Many of you also know that Leah Katz and Michael Wiesenthal have been our lay liaisons with CanCare, along with Barbara Selzer, Zichrona Livracha. Barbara was such a dedicated supporter of CanCare and an inspiring and caring partner to many cancer patients going through treatment. She would have loved to have been here with us this evening, as she has for nearly 20 years. Sadly, we lost her only a couple of weeks ago, and we all miss her very, very much. Leah Katz and Michael Wiesenthal are continuing their wonderful work as volunteers in our community to work with cancer patients. In our Jewish tradition, there are at least three things that we are instructed to do in times of illness. The first thing, of course, is to seek medical guidance and treatment. We learn this from the book of Exodus, that if someone injures another person, he's commanded to heal that person. But of course, most of us are not doctors, so we can't actually treat the injured person ourselves. So in that case, our tradition teaches we have the responsibility to provide for their medical care. And from that particular case of an illness, that is an injury, we learn the general principle that if someone is sick, they should seek out competent medical treatment. Moreover, in the book of Leviticus, we are commanded not to stand idly by the blood of our neighbor. And this is understood in a very broad sense to require us to come to the aid of someone whose life is threatened, whether by illness, injury, or any other cause. We cannot sit back and wait for God to cause the healing, but we must act to help the person ourselves. All the more so if we are the sick person, we have the duty to seek out medical assistance to save our own lives. So the first thing we're supposed to do is get good medical care. The second thing that we learn from our tradition is to pray. Every Friday night, as we just did, we sing a modern version of the ancient Misha Berach prayer, a prayer for healing of body and spirit for those we love. We recite the traditional Misha Berach on Saturdays during our Torah service. We'll do that again tomorrow morning. When I and the other rabbis here visit someone in the hospital, which we unfortunately haven't been able to do this last year, but hopefully soon we'll be able to do again, we offer a prayer for them with them, and we've done so over the phone during this last year. Some people believe that God can make miracles happen and can heal someone even when medical science would tell us that it is not possible. Perhaps that is true. My personal belief is that God inspires us, and in prayer, God can inspire the doctors and caretakers to provide the necessary treatments that can heal the body. And God can inspire the patient to have faith, courage, hope, and determination that healing will come. And many doctors will say that these kinds of prayers can indeed help patients to recover and grow in strength. So the second thing we're supposed to do is pray. And the third thing we should do is to visit the sick. The rabbis of the Talmud tell us that by visiting the sick, you actually take away 1/60th of the illness. Now, whether this is literally true or not, we know that visiting someone in the hospital can cheer them up, can let them know that people care about them and their well-being, and generally will improve their mood. And many doctors will tell you that a positive attitude and a cheerful disposition can make a significant difference in a patient's overall well-being. So these are three things that Judaism commands us to do when someone is sick, or when we know someone is sick. First, get appropriate medical treatment. Second, say prayers asking God for insight and wisdom in helping the healers. and asking for courage and strength to work with the healers to overcome illness. And third, to visit those who are sick and to let them know that we care and that they are not alone. For cancer patients, there's a special program in Houston, which I mentioned earlier, called CanCare. CanCare is an interfaith cancer support network with the express mission to help improve the quality of life for cancer patients and their families. CanCare trains volunteers who are cancer survivors themselves, and the volunteers then provide one-on-one long-term emotional support to cancer patients and their families at any stage in their cancer experience for as long as necessary. The volunteers are matched as best as can be done with individuals according to the type of cancer, the type of treatment, the age and gender, or the family situation. CanCare's services include matching referrals for one-on-one support by a trained volunteer, a training program to train volunteers, a speakers bureau, and hospital visiting program. It has touched the lives of tens of thousands of people in the greater Houston area, and it now has expanded to other metropolitan areas as well. As I said, it is a faith-based ecumenical organization that includes dozens of member congregations, and we have been a member for over 20 years ourselves. If you are a cancer survivor and would like to be a CanCare volunteer, please contact me or Leah Katz or Michael Wiesenthal. If you're a cancer patient and you would like to visit with a volunteer who has traveled the road of cancer treatment that you're undergoing, someone who can give you faith, hope, and encouragement, please contact us and let us know, and we will put you in touch with a CanCare volunteer. This past year has, of course, been particularly challenging because of COVID, but CanCare volunteers have been visiting by phone or Zoom or FaceTime, and even in person whenever that was possible. In the coming weeks and months, it should be much easier to have a personal visit by a volunteer. For over a decade, we have celebrated our Cancer Survivor Shabbat by asking people who come to our Friday night services to stand if they are themselves cancer survivors, so we can acknowledge and celebrate together your great victory. Last year, our services at this time were limited to 10 people in the building, with everyone else watching on live stream. And just this week, just for tonight, starting tonight, we've been able to open the building up now to anyone who would like to come and participate in person. But obviously, we still have many people who are continuing to watch our services at home. So I'm going to ask now for all of you who are here at services or those watching at home, if you are a cancer survivor, please stand up so we can recognize you and congratulate you. If you are a family member of a survivor, would you like to stand also? Everybody stand, keep standing. Cancer survivor family members. And if you are currently a cancer patient or a family member of a cancer patient, please stand. Tonight I want you to know that we celebrate with the many members who are cancer survivors, whether they're here or at home or will watch us later on the recording. We celebrate your survivorship, and we honor your courage and determination. We are enriched by your presence, your strength, and your clarity of purpose, and especially by your sense of perspective about what is truly important and meaningful in life. Your presence here tonight or watching at home is a blessing for all of us and our community. And for those who are going through cancer treatment right now, we offer this prayer of encouragement and hope. Dear God, source of all life, healer of shattered hearts, we humbly seek your presence in our lives. You know our inner thoughts, our heart's desires, our yearnings to be whole and healthy, our weaknesses and our anguish. Grant us your healing power to triumph over adversity and the hope and confidence to dispel our anxiety and uncertainty. May we be enabled to feel your embrace, your love, and your strength. Let your life-sustaining force flow through us. Inspire our doctors and caretakers to see what cannot be seen, to assist in healing whatever can be healed, and to discover whatever balm or treatment might repair the fragile filaments of our physical forms. Grant them wisdom and insight when they provide their life-sustaining and life-enhancing therapies. Guide their hands and their hearts to do your will in healing the sick. And also be a source of strength and imagination to those who visit the sick. Help them to listen when someone needs to be heard. Help them to be patient when a patient needs patience. Help them to offer support and encouragement and to know when to do so. Infinite One, we ask that you help us all to fulfill the purpose for which you created us. Grant us the ability to grasp that purpose and to use our unique talents, skills, and abilities to bring kindness and compassion, love, hope, and promise to those in need. Thank you. You may be seated. And now our cantor will sing a particularly appropriate song for this occasion.
When you walk through the storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the rain, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never